Most parents think their own children are miracles. The brainiest or prettiest people, the best ballerinas, the bravest soldiers, the most specialist people on earth. Don't. Well, there was one family and this was definitely not Mrs. Wormwood, 9 months pregnant, loves more than anything to dance in the biennial international amateur salsa and ballroom dancing championships in Paris.
She does not want another baby.
Her husband, Mr. Wormwood, is a teacher, but if there's going to be another baby, it has to be.
The doctor, who is living with beautiful new girl Matilda, could not believe these parents.
Oh, it's an ugly fellow, isn't it?
This young girl, this child is a girl,
A beautiful, beautiful little girl. But I don't want to consider for a boy, can we?
This is the worst day of my life!
Suddenly, Mrs. Wormwood screams from the next room.
She's reading books, if you don't mind. That's not normal. The child is clearly an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was an age of wisdom.
And who do you think you are? You're off to school a few days' time. I know the headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull, and I've told her all about you. Imagine what she's going to do to you, a horrible little squeaky goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl. She has a very powerful imagination and a very strong sense of what's right and what's wrong. Well, Miss Wormwood is brushing her teeth. Matilda thinks of a plan to get back at her parents. When her mother leaves the bathroom, Matilda sneaks in and mixes her mother's platinum hair dye with her father's olive violet's hair tonic. Shortly afterwards, the father applies the lotion to her hair he's so proud of. Matilda tells her audience that just because you're smart, it doesn't mean you have to go off with industry. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if the little you can do a lot, you mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well say you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
Hey! It's green!
My hair's green!
What on earth did you do that for? Why? Do you want green hair?
I don't want green hair. I didn't do anything.
Maybe you used some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake. on the chin and wear it. Nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot too. Mass and excellence in life, little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny ripple. In the seed of a walk, in the creep of a floorboard. A soul coming in, with a path rolling. The tiniest mind packs the mightiest hit every day. Starts with the tick of a clock, all it takes. Starts with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in a story, and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. You think you're little, you can do a lot too. Mass and that's a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. And nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes I have to be a little bit naughty. Matilda, as you can imagine, loves to go to the library. She is so strong and petite and fun. Mrs. Phelps, the librarian, reads her happily as Matilda to tell her story. Once upon a time, the two greatest saxophonists in the world fell in love and got married. People who come from miles around to see their skill and love for each other. But though they were famous, though everybody loved them, it was sad.
We do not have a child.
They said their sadness drew them to ever more dangerous feats, and they decided to do the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It was called burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharp and spiky objects, caught by the man, locked in the safe. It's the first day of school, and the need for the kids to go to the just as they reach the way in, the big kids come rushing up, terrified. Suddenly there's a testing sound coming from the speaker system. The big kids stop their searching and thinking. Out of the trunchbull, the headmistress screamed.
Prisoners Letchworth, Bartwinkle, Beagleboff and Gubbisford. What might you immediately for? Re-education. What is the school motto?
Bambinatum est magnatum, Miss Trunchbull.
Bambinatum est magnatum. Children are maggots. Back to work, maggots!
The new kids are in the class. Miss Honey, kind, gentle, and loving Miss Honey is at
She starts with the 2 times table.
My name is Miss Henning, and today is a very special day, your first day at school. Now, do any of you know your 2 times tables? Wonderful, Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as many as you can.
1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 2 is 14. 12 times 2 is 25.
Now, this is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it, but 2 times 487?
934. Miss Honey realizes that Matilda is a special child, a gifted child. She brought up with all the class.
She stands trembling outside the headmistress's office door.
Finally, she gives up, put it back in the dark.
An unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her in the top bar. What's about falsehood? Rules! How do you think I became the English hammer thrower champion of 1969? By keeping to the rules! If you want to teach success, you have to fasten the split the top alive.
Back at the Wormwood's house, Mr. Wormwood's in a very bad mood. The Russians who were meant to be buying with dodgy cards caught him at it. It's green head. In a fit of temper, he blames it all on Matilda, who was reading as usual.
And what is this? Another flaming book! What's wrong with the telly?
Oh, she's got no respect, that one. It's all books and stories.
Here's what I think of your book.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it does mean you have to bring on bear it. If you always take it on the chin and bear it, nothing will change. Is around.
Mummy the Georgie cat? Oh, with respect.
Back at school, Matilda witnesses a terrible piece of injustice when headmistress Trunchbull learns neither of the fine treatment of her children. The big kids tell Matilda about the worst punishment of all, the dreaded chalking. Despite her terror, Matilda rescues Nigel from his toe for ages under a pile of corpse. It's a place you are sent when you haven't been good. And it's made of spice and wood. And it isn't wide enough to sit. And even if you could, there are nails on the bottom. No, you would use them. When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat. Not the end of your nose. When you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth. What? An hour? Oh, yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigel's foot suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder narcolepsy. He fell asleep and we put him under the coat of sin. Didn't we? Yeah. Is it time for school yet, Mum? Mrs. Wormwood was at home, practicing her dancing with her rather greasy partner Rodolfo.
Rodolfo and Mrs. Wormwood explained to Miss Honey why it was stupid to be clever.
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. As you know, Matilda's in the bottom form, and children in the bottom form aren't expected to read.
We'll stop her reading then. Lord knows, guys.
In the zone, y'all. I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
I'm not in favour of girls becoming all clever pants, Miss Hussey. A girl should think about makeup and hair dye. Looks is more important than books. Now you and look at me. You chose books. I chose looks.
While Mrs. Honey was at the woodwork, Matilda was in the library telling Mrs. Phelps the next part of her story about the acrobat and her enthusiastic apologist. Matilda acts out all the parts.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the woman hurled through the air with dynamite has been cancelled. Cancelled because my wife is pregnant.
No, what happened next?
I don't know yet. I'll tell you tomorrow. Back at school, there's more trouble.
Trunchbull accused Matilda of creating the size of her chocolate cake.
Suddenly, Ruth's boss Trotter gave the most enormous bird, and Trunchbull realised that it was Bruce who ate the cake. Then she grabbed him off the control.
I say that criminals like you are not full until they've eaten the entire cake.
I can't eat it all.
The headmistress heard you say it. Eat!
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might be nice. But even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, surely can, hurt the man, Bruce. He might explode, he is quite elastic. Make him stop, he's fantastic. Look at him go, I can't watch, think of the effect. We must confirm, Bruce. What do you suspect is you have a word, Bruce. Maybe your largest. It's a bit like a TARDIS. Consider the lovely room here inside. He can't, he can, surely can, well, the man, Bruce. B-R-O-O-C-E. Bruce! The time has come to put that ugly gun to use. You produce, Bruce. Fantastically enthusiastic as produce. Oh, eat it up, lick it up, suck it up, whatever you do, don't suck it up, and wrap it up. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory, Bruce. You'll never get subject to abuse. You're a mess of goose. To call the truce, Bruce. Slowly told that you were taking in the noose. We never thought it was possible. But here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that ugly tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Let out your belt, I think you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff it in, you're almost finished. You think it in, whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let it win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory. Go on, Bruce, you can do it. Bruce! You'll never again be subject to abuse. You're a mess of goose. Just call the truce, Bruce. Otherwise, you completely dropped a goose. You never thought it was possible. But here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too.
Sorry, did I not mention? That was only the first part of your punishment. And the second part is choking!
That's not right! In the library, Mrs. Phelps waited anxiously for Matilda's story to end. The acrobat of her husband and who fixed him before they did the most dangerous act of all time. The crowd held their breath as she hurtled over the sharps and spiky objects. They watched as the flames crept up her dress. The door was soon flung open, and the escapoides reached out one huge muscled arm to catch his wife and children and... No, I can't look. The escapoides used a touch too much force to kill the flame, and suddenly, her hands became slippy. She fell! She broke every bone in her body, but managed to survive until the child was born. And then, she died. Shortly afterwards, at the workhouse, Mr. Warrington jumping about, shouting about his cleverness in shaking budgets to buy 150 old bang of cards.
Matilda and Mrs. Wormwood react very differently was about to deliver a terrible blow.
Fantastica! Now I'll be able to afford an offer all day long.
But you cheated then. That's not fair at all. They trusted you. You've cheated then.
Working my finger to the bone. Tell you what, tomorrow I'm going down to that library and telling that old bag to never let you in again.
To comfort Matilda continues her story. It's so real to her that the characters actually appear. The wicked aunt has thrown the escapologist's little girl, now got Matilda, into a dark cellar and locked the door. The little girl huddles into a corner, shivering and crying. Matilda tries to comfort her, but the girl doesn't notice. Suddenly there was a bang on the door. The escapologist came early, burst in, both girls running. He puts his arms around baby and the girls put his hands. Then the escapologist makes a promise to his sleeping daughter.
This demon, this villain, this monster. Bullying children is her game, is it? Let's see. This creature thinks she can do when a wrath of a grown man stands before her.
That was the last time the little girl ever saw her father ever again, but he never came home.
At school, the principal is once more on the rampage. Matilda has put on the
The principal screams and stands on her neck and you're the head of it, and it's grabbing around the children can't hit it anymore. Leave me alone, you big fat bully!
I shall crush you! I shall pound you! I shall dissect you! I shall feed you to the terrors and then I shall smash!
Miss Honey invites Matilda back to her very simple home with a box for a mat, and a box for a table and a mat for a door.
They sit on the floor and have tea. Miss Honey tells Matilda her story, which will remind her of London.
My father was a wonderful man called Magnus, but unfortunately he died when I was very young, in suspicious circumstances. Alice was lived with my aunt. She was a terror. And when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all the time.
Miss Honey, is this your father's hair?
Well, yes. I was lived with my father before she died. He was a
An acrobat.
Yes, you. And my father was.
An escapologist. It's all right.
You know her, Matilda. My aunt is Miss Trunchbull.
And the very same Miss Trunchbull was attacked again, especially for children and children. But this time the children are fighting back. What are you doing? What's happening? Stop this! Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget got me. Run.
At long last, and after a great deal of trouble, justice and triumph, finally brought a happy end to our story.
Mr. Wormwood has just been found by the Russian mafia. He was trying to fool and the Wormwoods were forced to leave town. Miss Hoodie now comfortably living in a big house now has a special request to
Let
make.
Matilda stay here with me. I look after her with care and love and respect. And I pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
Yes, I would.
Well, we're a bit